As Horus Lupercal fell into treason and darkest heresy against the Emperor of mankind, those who followed him in this foul endeavor did not only include many of his brothers and their superhuman Space Marine sons. Countless men, whether from disciplined regiments of the Imperial Army or from fanatical cults pledged to the Dark Gods, followed Horus in his quest to remake the Imperium. And of course, Horus's promises of forbidden technologies drew Kelbor Hal, the leader of the Mechanicum, to his side. The Fabricator General did not merely bring many of his tech priests and armies to the traitor cause. The Mechanicum also commanded the Collegia Titanica, the branch of mankind's forces that operated the colossal walking war machines called Titans, which carried massive firepower to unleash on their foes. Many Titan Legios joined Horus's forces, some because of their loyalty to the Fabricator General, and others out of personal loyalty to Horus himself or to his traitorous brother Primarchs. Over the years of the heresy, these Titans in Horus's service laid waste to countless faithful defenders of the Imperium, whether loyal Space Marines, members of the Imperial Army, or even Titans that continued to serve the Emperor. At Beit al-Garmon, vast armies of Titans clashed in a campaign that was so destructive to both sides that it became known as Titan Death. And yet, as the war waged on, something began to change in these traitor Titans. Drawn to their power, demons began to possess the war machines. Their crews first began finding their Titans feeling as though they were almost alive. And then, as their corrupted awakening continued, many crews found themselves essentially becoming an organic part of a gigantic, demonic machine creature. By the time the Traitor Legios were unleashed on Holy Terra itself, many Titans were both simultaneously demon beast and machine. The Traitor Legios are hitting the battlefields of Horus Heresy Legions tomorrow as the second faction in the Titan Death expansion. We have seen many cards from the faction already, including the new Awakened mechanic that reflects the steady empowering and possession of the Titans by warped demons. Now, in this video, we will see 3 more cards from the new faction. We begin with a Captured Outpost. This is an epic 2-cost structure with a respectable 2 attack and 4 health. Of course, like most structures, the attack value is used only when it is attacked itself, for it has the can't attack keyword. What this unit brings though is a very useful and flexible 1 energy cost ability. You can choose whether to draw a card, refill 2 energy, or heal 2 to your warlord. If you think that this sounds familiar, you would be right. This is the same effect as the very popular Imperial Army tactic, Arvis Lighter. With Captured Outpost, you can effectively play Arvis Lighter every single turn. Since card draw and energy boosts are both such important parts of the game, this can give you a strong advantage, and so I do see this as being a popular structure to include in your deck. With its good stats as well, it will distract a useful amount of effort from your enemy to destroy, and so this does look like a very good unit to me. Next, we see a new weapon for the Traitor Warlord Titan, the Volkite Destructor. In common with most loyal Titan weapons, this has the can't attack keyword and the shutdown mechanic, meaning that the weapon will be stunned when it is attacked. You can load and fire it for a cost of 2 energy per action, though in most turns its siege mechanic means that you can only do one of these actions. You have to load it 1 turn and next turn you can fire it. And once fired, you will do 5 points of damage to a random target. Unlike its loyalist equivalent, it does not do any splash damage to neighboring units. But if you do hit a Titan weapon, vehicle, or structure, the ordnance keyword that this has means that it will do an extra 4 points of damage for 9 points in total. This makes this weapon extremely strong against other Titans in particular, as well as against any deck that tries to use many vehicles or structures. To compensate for its lack of splash damage, you will notice that this weapon does not have the overload mechanic. This means that it can load and fire more times in a game than the Loyalist equivalent can. This weapon is really optimized in my opinion for Titan versus Titan battles. Finally, we now behold the Traitor Warlord Titan. This is Nuntio Dolores of the Legio Vulpa. Just like its Loyalist counterpart, this is an epic warlord with 0 attack, 40 health, and low initiative. It does have an active energy ability. You spend 2 energy to stun a non-warlord enemy. This is highly amusing to Mortarion, who has a straight up superior stun that can target anything. Of course, Mortarion does not start the battle with several powerful weapons already in play. This ability is, just like the Volkite Destructor, really targeted at fighting against enemy Titans. Against many other warlords, I think it's likely to be quite underwhelming. For example, you would rarely get a chance to use this ability when you are facing most Angron decks. Of course, there is a little matter of all of those other weapons that you start the battle with as a Titan. They probably offset that disadvantage somewhat, right guys? The Traitor Legios will be playable in Horus Heresy Legions tomorrow in a new event and on the ladder. With all of the reveals this week, they look to be a very interesting faction, bringing many strong units and abilities that are tempered with the struggle to keep them under control as they awaken and come to life through their demonic possession. They look to offer a unique playstyle on a scale that we really haven't seen before, and we are certain to see some interesting battles in the event as Titans clash with Titans. As always, I look forward to meeting you all on the battlefield, and thanks for watching everyone.